Good afternoon, Ms. Jackson. I want to say thank you for this time to actually discuss the lesson that I observed in your class. Let me begin by saying the energy that you presented to those students was extremely infectious. I became more excited and uplifted by walking in and the way you greeted. I wanted to point out how you acknowledged each student in some form or fashion, even those that came in late. That's a great thing because with the virtual world, we want to make sure the students know that we are paying attention to their movements, whether they're elementary, middle school, or high school. That's awesome. You were extremely knowledgeable in the information that you covered. I want to make sure, though, that we are cautious about the speed that we're using when we're getting that information out to those particular students because of the fact that they are our special population students and they are part of our pullout. So let's be very, very cautious with the speed of the instruction that we are given. I want to say thank you for being so quick with the alternative that you gave to the students when it came to the actual vowel six. That stuck out to me because I started wondering if we had a system in place for the students or if you were going to address a process for the students that may not have had a printer at home. And you quickly did that. The reason why it stuck out to me on another level is that's a great reteach when you send them an email, you basically put the actual pictures that associate with their vowel on there. But when the students are able, or when the students create their own, for them to be able to put a picture on there that they can relate to, it's a quicker reference as well as a deeper dive and understanding and connection to the information. Awesome, awesome job. A few more things to cover, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I want to discuss. Oh, be very, very cautious about your interaction when it comes to the chat box, in the sense of checking for understanding in the for students who have questions. I saw P5 had his hand raised, or at least he signaled to have his hand raised as if he had a question from 4 minutes and 24 seconds to the end of the video that I saw. Not to say that you did not address it, because I'm quite sure that you did, as involved as you were with your students. But let's try to see if we can actually address some of those questions a little bit faster, because I want to make sure that there's nothing that he was trying to understand before we moved on. So again, like I said, it's not to make it a major issue, but it's definitely something we want to look at, because if we can minimize as few hiccups as possible, I would love for us to do so. The last few things, as far as being effective for the rest of this year and you moving students forward for this year, your scope and sequence is going to take care of much of that, as long as you are aware of where your students are at that time. That's where building a relationship is going to come from. That's where you knowing your students and their triggers, as well as their signs of success. We're going to fall back on you trusting. We're going to fall back on you knowing your students to make sure that you are giving the proper information and education that's strictly for them. Differentiating that information is what it's all about. Everybody doesn't hear things the same way. All right. Some of the strategies that I did see that you were implementing, as well as I know will continue to be effective, is you were extremely positive throughout the entire time. The vibe and the energy that you gave the students let them know that it was welcoming and that they were definitely a part of not only your classroom, but your universe and your world at that particular time. You were definitely prepared and organized as far as being clear on the information. The what we call the TSW, the students will do actual form, if you could minimize some of the verbiage on there, a lot of the kids that you work with, they wouldn't be able to read all that information. That was a lot. Though it was definitely detailed and you said a lot, there was a lot of information. So let's try to see if we can minimize it to be very, very clear and precise so that we don't lose the kids at any point in time in our process. Be active. And with being active, I would like to address some of the actual pictures that you put on your slideshows when you got started with your lesson. The letter K, give me some brighter pictures, put a little pizzazz to it, something that's moving. We want to make sure that we catch their attention and capture it, not knocking at all how you present or what you presented, but give something that's much more attractive, i.e., something with some color. Great things that come out of your classroom. We're excited about it, and I look forward to seeing the growth and development that comes from your adjustment and the information that was given. And if you have any thoughts or comments, or if you have anything you want to discuss with me, please feel free to email me at any point in time, and we can set up a time to discuss. the processes as well as how you felt about the feedback. Because again, I can only get better in helping you by you telling me if the way that I helped you is a way that actually helped you. Have a beautiful day and enjoy life. Continue to change lives. Thank you.